Pushers, welcome to episode 7 of my series, How to Write. We are going to go through step 3 now for the DBQ and the LEQ, which is writing the very important thesis statement. If you don't know me, I'm Annie Jensen, and I have graded AP exams for 6 years, and I have graded thousands of responses, and so I'm going to be including my best tips here for how to make sure you're getting the points on the actual day of the AP exam. For this series, we're going to be using the questions from 2023 set 1. So my best strategy for you is to pull up those questions, to go to APUSH FRQ, click on the link, and then you're going to click 2023 set 1. So when I introduce the question, then go do the question and then come back and hear how I would go about it and compare what you did. Now that you have read and understood the prompt and you have brainstormed an evidence list and categorized it into actual topics for your body paragraphs, you are now going to write your thesis statement. So in order to do this, I want for you to follow this formula. Despite the counter argument, because of argument 1 and argument 2, your claim. Now, I encourage you to actually write this from back to front. And if you don't have a counter argument, you can just literally start with the because here. So for your claim, you need to make sure you are directly addressing the prompt. This does not need to be unique. All you're going to say is what you think, whether there's more change or continuity as a result of commercial agriculture. So in my instance, I have 2 paragraphs on change. So I'm going to say let me give myself a little more room here. There was significant change in American society due to commercial agriculture. This is essentially just retaking your prompt and saying whether there was change or not. So this is not unique and it should be fairly simple to write. You're just identifying if there's more of a change or not. Okay, now you're going to go to this step, the second part of it, because of. So you literally are just going to take your 2 arguments and you're going to say, because of, and you can add a few details if you want to, because of new roles, you can say for women, if that's your argument. And your second argument is the development of reform movements. Now, you have a solid thesis statement. Because of new roles for women and the development of reform movements, there was significant change in American society due to commercial agriculture. This is enough. This is absolutely enough to get the point. However, if you're trying to get that complexity point, you're trying to also incorporate the skill of continuity, not just change. So this is then where you're going to say your counter argument. Despite, and just say it, continued discrimination toward African Americans. Or this could be women, depending on how you are addressing your prompt. So this is a super solid thesis statement now, and it tells your reader exactly what you're going to do. Despite continued discrimination towards African Americans because of new roles for women and the development of reform movements, there was significant change in the American society due to commercial agriculture. So it's a lot, but actually if you follow this formula, it's really simple to do, especially if you've already taken the time to identify your body paragraphs. Now that you've completed step 3 of the DBQ and LEQ writing process, you are ready for step 4, which is going to be contextualization, which you can find in the next episode of my How to Write series.